What you see here is a new and improved ESP PROG 2. It requires no configuration, downloading of software, it just works. The only thing you really have to do is connect it from here to these 4 pins here on your GPL extension connector here. Once you do that, you just have to plug it in and everything just works. Now, the hardest part of this whole exercise is to realize when it tells you certain pins have to be hooked up, such as this one here, TMS, you have to use IO14, and IO14 happens to be right there. So you're going to just connect your male connector here to TMS, which is pin 2. Now this is pin 2 here, which is over here. That's pin 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So that's your first connection. Your second connection is going to be to TDI, and TDI up here is pin 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is going to be pin 8 here. So you're going to connect your female connector here, and what you're going to do is connect it up to IO12, and IO12 happens to be this pin here with your male connector at this point, and that means your second connection is done. Now your third connection is going to be TCK. If you look up here, TCK is pin 4, which is this guy over here. And you're going to put your female connector here, and then you're going to connect that over here to GPIO 13, which happens to be here with your male connector. And once you've got that done, the third connection's done. The last connection really is this one here, which is TD0. And TD0 is pin 6, which is this guy here, female connector there. And you're going to be connecting that up to IO15, and IO15 is down here. Now there's one other connection that you do have to make, and that's connect one ground. So you can pick any one of these ground pins here, male connector, and you're going to connect it up to either 3, 5, 7, or 9, which is this one, this one, this one, or this one. Once you've got that done, all your connectors to the ESP PROG 2 are done, and then we're ready to go on to the next step. Now at this point, I've loaded ESP LAB2 question 23, which is right at the end of Lab 2. And one of the things you should find is platform io.ini should have exactly all of this stuff here, and this is going to be consistent through the whole semester. And here's our program here, and if we want to run it, and we can compile it, and it is successful, and if we want to upload it, ready to run. And if we switch over to the serial monitor, you can see there's a whole bunch of colors coming up one after the other. Now what we want to do is we want to actually start debugging. So we can just go up here, as long as the ESP PROG 2 is connected, we can say start debugging. And you'll notice the blue light over here is flashing, which means it knows that it's going to be debugging. And in a few seconds, the screen here is going to change. And once it changes, we will have all of our debugging controls up here. We'll be able to set breakpoints. So here we go. So we're going to set a breakpoint here at this for loop, and one at this for loop, one at this for loop. And the reason for this, as we'll see, is if we run to the first line here, and let's switch back again to our screen here. So we can see that the first color coming up here is sort of a magenta color. If we go to the next step, you can see the next color is red. If we go to the next step, see that the next color is yellow. And what we want to do is put another breakpoint here, so when it prints the next one, we'll know where we are. And so we click this, and the last color is blue. If we trace again, the next color after this is again magenta. Now at this point, you can hit the little red square up here and it stops debugging. And if you want to run it again, you can just hit upload and then switch over again to the serial monitor when it's finished, and it'll run your code again as it would normally run. And that's pretty much how the debugger works. Now we're going to take a look at another program. Now at this point, we can always just go up and say File and Close Folder. And what we want to do next, if this doesn't show up, is we're going to say View and say Explore. And when we do, we have Clone Repository and Open Folder. We're going to clone another repository of the program that's ESP center name. So when we clone repository, we're just going to copy in, because this is in the lab, the center name program. We're going to hit enter. We're going to say open the repository. And again, make sure it's got this exact platform IO code here. So when we want, we can run it, upload it. And when we finish, we can switch to the serial monitor. If we hit the reset on the microcontroller, It's going to say input your name, and it's going to center my name, wait 5 seconds, and then ask for input again. So we'd like to know how this program actually works. All we have to do right now is just say run again, start debugging, and it's going to switch over to debug mode. And we can set breakpoints and actually look at variables and see how they're changing. Now, the first thing we have to do is set a breakpoint, not in our setup, but wherever we want in here. And I'm going to set it at the clear function here just to get an idea of how things work. So if we run, it's going to run to that breakpoint, and it's at the clear routine now. I'm going to switch over to our serial monitor, and it's going to do the clear function, but I'm going to do a step into, and it takes us down to the clear function, and it's escape plus square bracket 2j. Now, if we step over this, you'll see that nothing is cleared because we haven't F flushed it. So until we go past the F flush, then it's clear. If we want to take a look at the positions for E1, let's step into that. Going to take us down here. If we just hover over the X here, it tells us that's 3 being put in, and for the Y, that's 1. So it's escape plus square bracket 3, semicolon Y, capital H is going to position us on line 3, column 1. So let's see how that happens. Hasn't done it yet, but when we have flush, we're on 3-1 over here. What I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to set a breakpoint here. So it's going to go through all this code where it's going to be accepting characters from the keyboard. And the other thing I want to do is also take a look at what's going on in our variables. So when I double click here on name, right mouse click and say add to watch, it's going to add it up here. Now let's bring this over a little bit and open it up. Right now, it's got a bunch of nulls, and this was all done by Platform IO itself. Typically in RAM, all the values are random, but Platform IO does initialize and give it zeros instead of having the original random values. Now what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to hit run. It's going to say input your name. I'm going to click inside that window. I'm going to put Dave Ross. Now notice here it's got Dave Ross \R. Why is it \R? Because I hit the enter key and it put the enter key in here. This next line here is going to actually put a null and replace the \R with a 00 so that we can print it out. So let's trace to the next line. And you can see that now it's replaced with a null. If you know strings, you can only print strings that are terminated with a null. It's going to print Dave space Ross and then put it up on the screen. So let's run to the next breakpoint. And it's waiting 5 seconds. And it goes up to the clear. So it hasn't cleared yet. But if I now step over this, it's going to clear our screen. It's going to reposition back to row 3, column 1. And it's going to go through the whole process again. And again, we can just get back out of here by hitting the reset, and then I can do an upload again. And when I run it, it's going to allow me to actually run the code, do everything it was, but outside of debug mode.